Hello, everybody. This is Sharonda, and this is my YouTube Holistic Health. So bear with me just a moment. Let me get my Spreaker Studio started. Okay, again, thank you for tuning in or listening in. For those who may be tuning in or listening in, this is Sharonda, and this is my podcast, Holistic Health. In this particular podcast, I go over home remedies, natural remedies for your, your old wives type of remedies that may be beneficial to you for things that your minor health concerns. Okay. So I'm going to begin with speaking about the Sakura Chakra, or chakra, I should say. Many people may have heard of this, the chakras. You do have 7 chakras. Now, this particular chakra that I'm speaking on today is the SACRAL Chakra. So give me just a moment. Let me proceed to share my screen, and we're going to begin with that presentation at this time. Okay, so again, this presentation is on the Sakura Chakra. And so the Sakura Chakra is considered the second chakra. As I mentioned, you do have 7 different chakras. And so the Sakura Chakra will be the second one we're going to focus on today. So what is a chakra? The chakras are the energy centers of the body. It is like a spinning wheel, a vortex of the environmental energies around us that the body can absorb. There are 7 chakras of the body. So we're going to go into some information in regards to that keyword that we have here, which mentions about the energies interior body. That didn't make it on the screen somehow, but we will go into that in a little bit in regards to what the interior body encompasses. Okay, so let's proceed to the next screen. So what is the Sakura Chakra? Again, it's the energy field located at the lower abdomen, which involves the kidneys, bladders, genitals, the uterus, ovaries, and testes. Is often associated with the color of orange. Okay. So when I did some information in the past in regards to the Sakura Chakra, in terms of the colors that is associated with, you want to focus on eating those type of foods that are of that particular color, yellow, orange, or red. That could very well be things such as red bell pepper, yellow bell pepper, orange bell pepper, your citrus fruits, carrots, things that are along those lines to help with those areas in the body. Okay. This chakra represents creativity, vitality, as well as passion. So what are the signs of a blocked chakra? Well, some of the signs of a blocked chakra, we have detachment, feeling emotionally detached, where, a person may not feel that connection to either a counterpart or someone that they may be in an intimate relationship with. Isolation. This is when someone may isolate oneself from the opposite sex and totally, shuts off that opposite sex in terms of, relationships and things of that nature. So you will see some of these signs dealing with a blocked chakra. Anxiety, typically, if you have someone that may be exhibiting some anxiety, that is a sign of a blocked chakra. It could be a sign of other things, but as well. But you want to make sure that you are going through your trial and error in regards to this particular chakra. Loneliness, and I have that misspelled, so give me just a moment. Let me see if I can add another S to that. Okay, I have to take care of that later. Loneliness, this is feeling lonely. Now, let me also, I have to give my opinion on things because, oftentimes how I feel and how another person feels may not be the same thing. You do not necessarily have to be alone to be lonely. Okay, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely. Some people may tell you to the contrary. And what do I mean by that? Well, you have detachment here. Just because you are with someone does not mean that you're not lonely or longing for or yearning for something else. Okay, so that is my personal opinion. That's just a side note. Okay, low libido. So people who are experiencing signs of a blocked chakra may experience a low libido, a low drive, a low no needs. How can I put it? Physical affection. Like sometimes they may not be that affectionate in regards to companionship. Lack of creative inspiration. So that also shows that there is some type of boredom or what have you in terms of the relationship. Of course, the information that I have read, and you can pretty much gauge and read between the lines of what they're meaning when they say a lack of creative inspiration, because we are talking about this area which involve the genitals as well as the reproductive system. Okay, so we have balance in the sacral chakra. Well, what are some things that you can do to help balance the sacral chakra? Well, you can start off by what? Meditation. Get yourself in a nice, just take some slow, deep breaths and get in an Indian style pose or a sitting pose. And you could just do some visualization. Think of the ocean and just take some slow, deep breaths. If you do this and you formulate in your mind a sea, the sea, the sunset of the sea, kind of similar to what I have here. Just imagine the sea, the sunset of the sea. This is a perfect example of how you can meditate. And put you on some nice, relaxing music therapy. You have meditation style of music out there that you can listen to that can help engage you and get your mind and that energy flow and get the circulation and stuff within the body and get the body to what? Restore and repair and renew. The next thing, art therapy. You may not be a person that is, can draw, but there are books, as you've seen over the last few years, the coloring books for adults, where you can get those. You even can get those at the dollar store. You get you some color pencils and just simply make something, do something that can engage the mind into, okay, this right here is very, some people, do little puzzles, the Sudoku was something that, people introduced some years ago, crossword puzzles, to name a few. So something such as this, taking up an art class or visiting an art museum will be one of many things that you can do. These things can help with assisting with engaging your body, engaging you into things that will build the self-esteem. Okay. Chants. You may not be someone that's, real big on chants. But you can just do breathing exercises, as I mentioned, which will go in turn with meditation as well as visualization. So just sit back and take some deep breaths, and you can say affirmations. You may not want to chant. You can do breathing exercises, or you can chant, or you can just very well just a combination of all, if you choose to. So whichever will be your liking to helping and assisting with balancing that sacral chakra. So we have dancing. If you are somebody that likes to dance or may want to get off into dance, you have the Zumba, or I think that's what it's called, the Zumba classes and things, the different dance studios and stuff, getting yourself rejuvenated and getting those energy flows and increasing those endorphins, sweating them a little bit, and get the breathing and getting engaged, getting the physiological engaged, because oftentimes you will find that when you're depressed, it's because of a lack of activity, and that lack of activity is the lack of circulation to restore those organs and restore the body. That's a part of the circulatory system. So you want to get into some type of dance. You don't necessarily have to get into a dance class. You can just simply put on some dance music and, dance in your house, or a gym membership will be best as well. Some people may not be so particular in regards to dancing, and when you take on exercise, you have to be mindful of what you can and can't do. So if you have to modify certain things based on, whatever the case may be, your health or your size or capability, then you do so. Do within means, okay? Because what the next person can do versus what you can do may not always be the case. Okay, so balancing the sacral chakra, we say taking a long bubble bath with herbs and oil. Hey, you may not want to do the herbs. You may want to just get a cheesecloth if you do, and just tie some herbs in there and just dip it into drop it into your bath. A nice warm or even hot bubble bath will be best. And if you can, incorporate some candles around, anything that would get you engaged and help assisting with peace and serenity to get you and your sacral chakra balanced. Massage therapy, if you are one of those people, if you want to take up a massage therapy course or class, or even go and have a massage, this will help also get the blood flow going into certain areas of the body to help restore. Now, of course, you don't want to go and have these things done if you have some type of conditions that may not warrant that, okay? Taking a walk. So taking a walk, whether it's a short walk or a long brisk walk, always will be the best with getting that circulatory system going again, getting, the heart engaged and getting the blood flowing and everything. So, you can increase the oxygenation as well as the blood flow in those areas, which will help assist with the problems that are associated with those areas. And again, let's go back to the second slide. So the energy field located at the lower abdomen, this involves kidneys, bladder, genitals, uterus, the ovaries, as well as the testes. It also mentions that it has a lot to do with vitality and passion. So, if you are increasing and the energy flow to those areas, people that typically have issues in these areas of concern is by way of the circulatory system, which in turn is the heart. So you will begin to see how all of it all ties together. What are some of the key points? So the key points of the chakra, sacral chakra, is this chakra focus on desires, sexuality, pleasures. Also, those who may have some issues with addictions is what it mentions with the information that I have. So, if it's somebody may have some issues in terms of pain and things of that nature, blockages and things of that nature would take place in that area as well. And what I mean by that is, it doesn't mention the ball from the information that I gather, but that is all within the same, the root and the sacral. It all ties in together. So you want to, when you're dealing with some addiction issues and things of that nature, it mentions about overindulgence. That can cause it as well. Now, when and let me go focus, because I've got to stay focused on what the topic is. So if you are promiscuous, is essentially what is saying without saying. Sometimes those areas can affect the abilities of you medically and health wise when you are doing things such as overindulgence. Okay. In that note. So I do have here side note under indulgence. But we're focusing on the sacral chakra in regards to sexuality. So if you're someone who has, some type of sexual addiction or promiscuity or promiscuous, I'm not judging you at all, but you would find that you may see some issues in regards to that as a result of, I don't want to say trauma, but as a result of that area. Okay. It involves the reproductive area, as I just mentioned, your genitals and things of that nature. Now, this is the part that I do have some extra information on. So it mentions okay, so it mentions it moves in an anti-clockwise direction and connects to the etheric auric body. And so I have some information pulled up here, but I don't think that would be the best information to give you to explain what that means. Okay, so what it mentions is, it says the etheric body. It's the aura, is what it says. The subtle body, the aura, or the spirit, in other words. That's what I gather from what I read here. The spiritual body, in a sense. A blocked chakra can lead to negative emotions related to intimate relationships, embracing femininity and expression. So that is something that I feel is something just prompted me to go off of to do this chakra podcast today. So I do have some wisdom cards here in regards to the different chakras. And because we are focusing on the key points of the sacral chakra, which again is associated with the ovaries, testes, kidneys, bladder, prostate, pelvis, body fluids, adrenal glands, large intestines, Again, I mentioned about the blockages, if you have some, concerns with the bowel, that is indicative of that as well. And lower back and sacrum as well. Is associated with sexuality, sensuality, mentoring, and honoring and nourishing ourselves. So let's get back to this here. So I have my wisdom cards, and I'm going to read from the wisdom cards in regards to the Sakura Chakra. So let me proceed with that. Okay, so the Sakura Chakra in regards to abundance. So these are some affirmations that you can say to assist with balancing your chakra. I am worthy and I deserve an abundance of anything that I require. I watch my thoughts to ensure that I am honoring and respecting myself. I honor myself by knowing that I am worthy to receive. I am open to receive now. I remind myself that it is a sign of strength to ask for help. Sexuality. I honor and respect my sexuality, and I allow the natural flow of my feelings. I acknowledge that my sexual thoughts and feelings will arise, and I release unnecessary guilt regarding sex. I am open to the positive sexual feelings coming to me from others. At the same time, I keep my sexual activities well directed and in balance. Now, this is in regards to sensuality. For those who may have some concerns in regards to sensuality, where you may have been made to feel shame or guilt in regards to how you feel versus the next person and their feelings. So it says, I encourage myself to express my sensuality and emotions creatively, using all my faculties, including touch, voice, and actions, and creative abilities such as art, craft, music, acting, cooking, gardening, and writing. I practice being aware of and enjoying my senses, being nourished and stimulated by the natural world, such as by landscapes, people, weather, animals, aromas, and sounds. Now, it mentions about being stimulated by these things or whatever, and that's a different type of stimulus. This is a stimulus, and excuse me as I adjust myself, this is a stimulus in regards to the senses, the ability to enhance the senses. Okay. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I avoid continually sacrificing my own happiness for others by rescuing and enabling them, as doing this may hinder personal growth for both of us. And that is true. You don't want to be, it's nothing wrong with being helpful to your fellow man or woman, but you want to make sure that you don't allow that help to be a hindrance or enabling that person. I choose not to be a martyr. I am a mentor, not a rescuer. I do not assume that everyone wants my opinions and solutions to their life challenges. And if I am in doubt, I would ask them. And so this is, as I mentioned with this podcast, with me doing this chakra presentation, no one asked me to do this. No one has consulted with me to do this and forefront this. This is something that has been ingrained in me. So this is not something that, I've always been one of those people who question things, was into spirituality and things of that nature. So no one has asked me to do anything, and it's optional is essentially what that is. That means I'm not forcing no one to partake into this presentation, you know, if you choose to listen or not, it's there. I take responsibility for my own happiness. And that is true. You are responsible for your own destiny and your happiness. Reward myself. I know that I am truly worthy and deserve to receive the good things in life, and I give myself permission to have them. It is time to enjoy the fruits of my labors. I aim to incorporate and embrace fun and joy in my life. I realize that all work and no play is a recipe for energy flow, disruption, and exhaustion. So you don't want to let, you know, certain things, you know, burn you out in life. You want to stay level-headed as possible. I'll allow myself to experience and receive more pleasure in my life, and I am flexible and open to change. I am receptive to embracing activities and events that come my way, even those I may have avoided in the past. So it mentions about creative manifestation. I have the ability to manifest and create positive outcomes in my life. It is time for me to manifest what I need. I ask myself, what do I need? I am optimistic and creative in carrying out all of the tasks that come my way, even seemingly mundane ones. And I maintain a positive attitude in all I do. I am open to receive, and I am deserving. Well-being. I honor and respect my body by giving it what it deserves to thrive. I provide myself with the best of food, exercise, water, relaxation, therapeutic treatments, and thoughts. I only consume foods and liquids that were designed by nature to be in my body. I stimulate my body's energy flow with exercise. So this may not be something that you're doing. This may be something that you're looking to do or get off into doing, okay? But this is just a, you know, a platform into letting you know these are some of the things that you may want to consider if you're having some issues with these areas by way of the sacral chakra. I make time to rest, as stillness and tranquility are vital to keep my mind and body rejuvenated. So with this, these wisdom cards, the chakra wisdom cards, I think those are some very, you know, good cards to get. I did get them from a store called Five and Below, and it came with a little booklet with the little cards, and then you have the little guide here, and it's very, very nice. You know, if you're looking to balance all your chakras, and so this is the second chakra that I have done, and I will proceed to go through the remaining chakras. I'm not going to give a specific time as to when I'm going to do the chakras, but it will be there. Okay, so I do thank you for tuning in to this episode of Holistic Health podcast, as well as under my YouTube for my Holistic Health presentation. Until then, you have a safe and wonderful day. Good day.